Hello everyone, this is Crystal Putoff, and in today's episode I would like to dedicate this to my dear friend, sister in Christ, and fellow egghead, Louisa Brooks. Louisa and I learned how to do pysanky 16 years ago, and we knew each other before then, but we've been very good friends over the years, and Louisa does amazing work. Her lines are gorgeous. This is one of the eggs that she did, and I mean, look at the beautiful detail and precision. Absolutely gorgeous. She does fabulous work. And one of her specialties is what we call the fish egg. And the eggheads would we would make eggs and then we would sell them. And one year she had one of these fish eggs that was yellow and purple. And I thought, I'm going to buy that. Well, before I could buy it at the sale, someone else did. So I didn't get it. And anyway, this is the fish egg. This is it right here. And this is from the Ukrainian gift shop, design book number 2. This is still in print. A very reasonable book. You can buy it through the Ukrainian gift shop. I believe it's $9.95. It was, when I made the video, I checked and it was still available for sale. This is the egg. The book has 24 patterns, and I'm not going to do the whole pattern because I really want you to buy the book, because there's a lot of great patterns in here. With directions. It's not in color, but they tell you what colors to use. A lot of cool patterns, and there's a one goose egg pattern in here too. Yeah. Anyway, so what the fish egg pattern, this was my attempt to do the fish egg like Louisa had done it, with the yellow and the purple. This is a tessellation egg, so this fish borders this fish, and this little fish is inside the fish. It's a really cool egg. It is challenging to do. It's not a beginner egg. Louisa once taught a class on how to do this egg that unfortunately I couldn't take because I was teaching a beginner class. But I'm going to show you some of the tricks to doing this one. So the first thing is, you need to be very patient and very diligent, and you really want to get a very good division on the egg. Now this is for a chicken. This is a chicken egg. I'm going to try to explain the division. If you wanted to use a bigger egg, I suppose you could do it on a smaller one, but I would never attempt it. But if you wanted to do it on a bigger one, the pattern lends itself to more of a long-shaped egg. So something like a goose egg would be very nice to do this on as well. So the first thing I did was I divided it into 8 sections, and then I did the equator line. So I have eight lines coming off the center point, and then I have the equator line. Then I drew these lines. And these are about 1/8 of the way down, so this is like about 1 centimeter. And then I drew these lines, which are from the equator to this line, and made a mark at the halfway point. So on a chicken egg, that's about 1.5 centimeters. And then this is like maybe about 1/2 centimeter. There. And I did the same on the bottom. So from the bottom, from this point to the equator, whatever the halfway point is, that's where I marked that. And then I made that line. The next thing I did was I marked the halfway point in each section. I just made a little mark. I didn't need the whole line, so I just made a little mark. That's what I did there. Then I made, and this is where it gets tricky, because now you got to think top bottom and, you know, fish head. And the real key to this is your fish is really not that wide. When I would first do these, I would have fish that would have these huge heads. It would be like sharks and minnows. Like it'd have this huge head and then this little skinny tail. It takes practice, and I can tell I'm out of practice. So it just has really a kind of a slight curve to it. Not a real big curve, just a slight curve. So here's what I did. I marked, this is 1 centimeter wide. So from here, this is a half and that's a half. And then I skip that line and then I do the same thing over here. Then I have to turn it upside down and do that on the opposite line. So here I have it there. So here I have it there. I do that on all of them. And it's kind of what in the book is this picture. So now here's how I draw it. I start and I just draw, and I'm drawing darkly because I'm going to put this egg in a dark color. I draw just up to there, and just up to there, just like that. And then I come over here and I do the same thing. I'm just drawing like the fish head on each one of these. Okay, so I have 4 fish heads. Now I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to draw the fish heads here, and they're going to go like that. So there's one fish head. Let me draw the other ones real quick. So again, it doesn't have a big curve, it just has a slight curve to it. And I think for me that was one of the keys to get it to look not like a big head fish with a little tail. So there I have those 4. Now it doesn't really look like anything yet, but here is this is the tail part. And now I'm going to draw the actual tail part, and it's going to go like that. And then I'm going to turn it around. Now normally what I would do is I would do that on all 4 of them. What I do is I do it on all 4, and then I turn around and I do the same thing over here. But I'm going to draw one of them. So I'm not going to use these lines, but I'm not going to put wax on them, but I'm going to use them to draw this semicircle that goes like that. Then I'm going to go here to here. I'm sorry, that's not right. Little spit. Okay. It goes. I did do that right. I'm sorry. It goes from there to the equator, there to the equator, and then I make an X. And the X does not cross at the equator. So there I have one of the fish. All right, and then I would do the same thing here. So this is going to be the tail. Okay, and then I'm drawing the head. And in the book you can kind of follow what I'm doing too. And then, so I'm going from this line and I'm going to go over to here. That has a little bit of a curve to it. So you can kind of see they catch up. And then I draw my X. Okay, voila. There, so there's 2 fish. Fish head, tail, fish head, tail. to do the this little swirly thing in here, I would draw the swirly thing first and then do the eye. On the one I just showed you, I did the eye first, and I couldn't really fit the swirly thing on there. So I'm going to draw my little swirly like that, and then here I come around and it meets up with it. And then I'll have my eye in the mouth. So that takes you through on the pattern through